My dear students, how are you? I hope you are fine at your home. Which chapter we are discussing about whole numbers. In today's class, we are going to discuss about properties of whole numbers. What is meant by properties? You have some properties like your books, notes, your dress, costumes, like that. That are your own properties, and also have some public properties like parks, schools, government buses, government hospitals. Such things are public properties. Like that, whole numbers also possesses some properties. Okay, these properties are based on the four arithmetic operations. We can also call this arithmetic operation as fundamental operations also. What are the fundamental operations? Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Based on these properties only, based on these operations only, we are going to see the properties. Okay, let us see one by one. This is full theory part, so you have to listen carefully. Okay, first we are going to see closure property. What is meant by closure property? These properties will come up to your 12th standard. Okay, so listen carefully. What is meant by closure property? Let us see some example first. Okay, first we are going to see the closure property for the operation addition. Okay, let us see the example. 3 plus 5, which is equal to 8, which is also a whole number. See here, we are discussing about the whole numbers. So these properties, all the things are belonging to whole numbers only. Okay, thus 3 is a whole number, 5 is a whole number. We are adding 3 and 5, you get one answer. That answer is also a whole number. Okay, see the next one. 4 plus 10. Here the operation is addition. 4 and 10 are whole numbers. We get one answer 14. 14 is also a whole number. Okay, such type of fraction, such type of operation is called, such type of property is called closure property. See here, if A and B are whole numbers, see, if A and B are whole numbers, instead of A and B, here we have taken the numbers 3 and 5. If A and B are whole numbers, then A plus B, what is A plus B? 8. A plus B is also a whole number. Okay, this is the definition for closure property. In the one mark, we will ask like this: if A and B are whole numbers, then A plus B is also dash. So you have to answer whole number. Do you understand, children? For closure property, you have to take two numbers. Okay, we are discussing the closure property for whole numbers. So you have to take the number from whole numbers. Okay, here the operation is addition. So you are taking two numbers, two whole numbers, and applying the operation addition, you get one number. That number also the whole number. Such type of property is called closure property. Then we can say whole number is closed under addition. Okay. Next we are going to see the same closure property for the operation subtraction. Okay. See the example: 3 minus 2. 3 is also a whole number. 2 is also a whole number. Here our operation is subtraction. So 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 is also a whole number. In the previous, we have added the two whole numbers because here we have chosen the operation addition. Here our operation is subtraction. So here subtracting the two whole number, we get one answer. The answer is also a whole number. See the next example. 7 minus 7 is equal to 0. 0 is also a whole number. Okay, what are the whole numbers? 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. are called whole numbers. Okay, see the next one example. 2 minus 6. 2 minus 6. In your 7th standard, you will know this. Subtraction and addition of integers. Okay, 2 minus 6 answer is minus 4. Minus 4 is not a whole number. It is a negative integer. So here we have to consider whether it is whole number or not. See here, minus 4 is not a whole number because we have only positive number in the whole number. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that only. So here we have minus 4. So it is not a whole number. So by this example we can say whole numbers are not closed under subtraction. Okay, do you understand? How we are saying whole numbers are not closed under subtraction? How we are saying? By seeing this example, if you subtract the larger number from the smaller number, you get the negative number as the answer. This negative number is not a whole number. So So the subtraction operation subtraction is failed to be closed for the whole numbers. Thus we can say whole numbers are not closed under subtraction for whole numbers. Okay. Let us see the third operation, multiplication. Here also you have to take two numbers. I have taken 3 and 2. Here our operation is multiplication. So 3 2s are 6. Here thus we have taken two whole numbers 3 and 2 and we product that, and the product is also a whole number. So thus we are taking two number and we are multiplying, we get one product. The product is also a whole number. In the subtraction we are taking two whole numbers, but sometimes we are getting not a whole number. But in the multiplication if you take any number you get the whole numbers only. So we can easily say if A and B are whole numbers, then A into B is a whole number. In the 1 mark we will ask like this. If A and B are whole number, then A into B is also a whole number. Thus we can say multiplication is closed. Okay, multiplication is closed for whole numbers. Okay, that is closure property. Okay. Next we are going to see division. For the operation division we are going to check the closure property. 10 divided by 2. If you divide the 10 by 2, what is your answer? 5. Thus we are choosing two whole number. We are dividing, we get one answer. The answer is also a whole number. See the next one, 16 divided by 4. The answer is 4. It is also a whole number. See the next one, 9 divided by 5. If you divide the 9 by 5, you get one remainder. Okay, so we can't divide the 9 by 5. So you are writing 9 by 5 as it is. But 9 by 5 is not a whole number. It is a fraction. Thus, if you are taking two whole number and applying the operation division, sometimes you can't get a whole number. So we can say whole numbers are not closed under division. Do you understand, children? Thus we have summarized all the four operations for the closure property. See here, whole numbers are closed under addition. Whole numbers are not closed under subtraction. Whole numbers are closed under multiplication. Whole numbers are not closed under division. That is, for the operation addition and multiplication, the closure property holds good. For the operation subtraction and division, the closure property is not good. So you have in the 1 mark we will ask whole numbers are dash under subtraction. You have to say not closed. Whole numbers are dash under multiplication. You have to say right closed. Whole numbers are dash under addition. Closed. Whole numbers are dash under division. Not closed. So keep these things in your mind. Okay. First we have seen the one property, that is closure property. We have seen closure property for all the operations, that is addition, subtraction, division and multiplication. Next we are going to see the second property. It is commutative property. What is the name of the property? Commutative property. See here, first we are going to see this property for the operation addition. For that you have to take two numbers 3 and 5. 3 and 5 are whole numbers. If added 3 with 5 you get the answer 8. Thus 3 plus 5 is also 8. And see here, we have changed the order of addition. 5 plus 3, it is also 8. See the next one, 4 plus 9 is 13. 9 plus 4 is also 13. If you change the order of addition of the whole numbers, the result remains same. There is no change in the result. So we can easily say whole numbers are commutative under addition. Do you understand what I am saying? If you change the order of addition of the numbers, the result will not change. Such type of property is called commutative property. So we can say whole numbers are commutative under addition. Okay. Next we are going to see multiplication operation. Here once again we are considering two whole numbers. Here we are going to multiply it. 3 into 2. What is your answer? 6. Now we are going to change the number. 2 into 3. 2 into 3. Here also we got the answer 6. See the next example, 4 into 3. Our answer is 12. Next is the order of multiplication, 3 into 4. Here also we got the answer 12. Though we change the order of multiplication, we get the same answer. So such type of property is called commutative, but this is for the operation multiplication. So we can say whole numbers are commutative under multiplication. For the subtraction and division, this commutative property is failed. So you have to write whole numbers are not commutative for subtraction and division. Okay, whole numbers are commutative under multiplication as well as addition, but commutative property fails for the operation subtraction and division. Okay, in this case also closure property fails for subtraction and division. For commutative property also it fails for subtraction and division. Thus whole numbers are commutative under multiplication as well as addition. It's clear, children? Next we are going to see associative property. Associative property means, children, always remember you have to take only 3 elements. Okay, let us understand this property by seeing this example. See here what I have told. Associative means you have to take 3 elements. Okay, here you are dealing with whole numbers, so you have to take 3 numbers. See here I have taken 3 numbers 2, 3 and 5. We are going to see associative property for the operation addition. So I am going to add these 3 whole numbers. Thus 2 plus 3 plus 5. In the order of addition, first I am adding the second and the third whole number. So what is my answer? 3 plus 5 is 8. And then I am adding this result with the first whole number, that is 8 plus 2. So my answer is 10. Okay, keep this. See the next column. 2 plus 3 plus 5. First I am going to add the first and the second whole number. So 2 plus 3 is 5. And then add the third whole number. 5 plus 5 is 10. See here. Here we add the second and the third whole number first. Here we add the first and the second whole number first. But both the case we receive the same answer. Though we change the order of addition, we get the same number. Such type of property is called associative property. We are saying this property for addition. So we call this property as associative property of whole number under addition. Okay. Let us see one more example. 4 plus 2 plus 1. First we are adding 2 with 1. Our answer is 3. Adding 3 with 4. My answer is 7. See here. First we are adding 4 plus 2. So the answer is 6. Adding 6 with 1. So what is your answer? 7. Thus both the side we are getting the same answer. So generally we will say if A, B and C are whole numbers, then how do you give the associative property? A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. How do you read this? Listen carefully, children. A plus. After plus you have to give a short pause. Okay. A plus B plus C. Read the B plus C quickly. That is A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Okay, do you understand? Always the question will come. Whole numbers are dash under addition. Like that also they will ask. Whole numbers are associative under addition. Also they give the property A plus B plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. They give the property and they ask. This is called dash property of whole number under dash. So what is your answer? This is called associative property of whole number under addition. You have to write like this. Okay. This is the associative property of addition. Next we are going to same property. This is associative property for the operation multiplication. Okay. Associative property means what I have told you. You have to take 3 numbers. Thus I have take 3 numbers 2, 3 and 4. Here the operation is multiplication. 2 into 3 into 4. First we are going to multiply the second and the third whole number. So 3 into 4, what is the answer? 12. Next we are going to multiply this product with the first 2 whole number. 12 into 2, what is your answer? 24. See, keep this in your mind. See the next one. First we are going to multiply the first and the second whole number. 2 into 3, what is your answer? 6. Next we are going to multiply this product with the third whole number, that is 6 into 4. So what is your answer? 24. So in both the cases we get the same answer, that is what we have concluded. Though we change the order of multiplication, that Here we first we multiplied second and the third. Here we first multiply the first and the third. Okay, but both the case we get the same answer. So such type of property is not associative property. Here we are dealing with whole number. So we can say associative property for whole number and multiplication. Okay. See the next example, 3 into 2 into 5. First I am multiplying 2 and 5. So what is the answer? 10. Next you have to multiply the 10 with 3. So what is your answer? 30. Okay. Keep this and see the next one. 3 into 2 into 5. First we are multiplying the 3 with 2. So what is your answer? 6. Next multiply the 6 with 5. So what is your answer? 30. Thus in both the case we are getting the same answer. So we can generalize if A, B, C are 3 whole numbers, then we can say A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. The elements within the bracket you have to read it as whole without pause. Okay, A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. Do you understand, children? In the exam, what will be the question will come? They give the statement like this: A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. This is called dash property of whole number under dash. You have to write associative property of whole number under multiplication. Do you understand, children? The same property you can use addition. Instead of into, you have to place plus. That is A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Okay. Next we are going to see identity element. Before that we are going to see one note. What is the note? Whole numbers are not associative under subtraction and division. Okay. We understand this note. For the whole numbers, the associative property fails for the operation subtraction and division. We can't write A minus B minus C is equal to A minus B minus C. Like that we can't write. Okay. That's why we have given the note like this. Whole numbers are not associative under subtraction as well as division. Okay. Next we are going to see identity element. This is very important property. Okay. Definitely this property will continue your higher studies also. So listen carefully. What is meant by identity element? Let us see first for the operation addition. Okay. See here, 5 plus 0, our answer is 5. 0 plus 71, our answer is 71. 10 plus 0, our answer is 10. That is, if you add any number with 0 or 0 with any number, you get the same number as the answer. Such type of property is called identity property. Okay, see here. So we can call 0 is called identity element for whole number under addition. Okay, whenever you are writing, you have to mention the operation. Okay, 0 is called identity element for what? Which number? Whole numbers. Whole number under which operation? Addition operation. Okay. You can also call 0 as like this. 0 is the additive identity of whole number. 0 is the additive identity. Additive identity of whole number is dash. So what is your answer? 0. 0 is the dash of whole number. So what is your answer? Additive identity of whole number. It's great, children. Next we are going to see identity element for multiplication. Okay, let us see. 3 into 1 equal to 3. In identity element of addition, we add the number. In the case of identity element of multiplication, we are multiplying the number. See here, 3 into 1, 3, 14 into 1, 14, 0 into 1, the answer is 0. That is, if you multiply any number with 1 or 1 with any number, we get the same number. Such property is called identity property. Here the operation we are using multiplication. So, we call one is called identity element. One is called identity element of whole number under which operation? Multiplication. Okay, what is additive identity? 0. What is multiplicative identity of whole number? Yes, 1. So 1 is the multiplicative identity of whole number. The question is also like this. Dash is the multiplicative identity for whole number. So what is your answer? 1. Okay. Next we are going to see another important property, that is distributive property. Okay, this is very important property, children. Distributive property means you have to take three elements, two operation. In associative property, you have taken three elements but single operation. But for distributive property, you have to take three elements but two operations. Okay, let us see what is distributive property. See this example: 4 into 3 plus 2. Okay, now we are going to multiply the 4 with the number 3 plus 2. First, you have to evaluate the number within the bracket. Okay, always you have to evaluate the numbers within the bracket, whether it may be addition, subtraction, or division. You have to finish the evaluation part within the bracket. Okay, so what is the answer? 3 plus 2, 5. So 4 into 5. So 4 5s are 20. Let it be the equation number 1. Okay, see here. Now we are going to distribute this multiplication over addition. How we are distributing? This is the first time you are seeing this. Okay, so listen carefully. 4 into 3. We are distributing this multiplication over the number within the bracket. That is 4 into 3. 4 into 3. Then write the plus here. Plus 4 into 2. Do you understand, children, how we are writing? 4 into 3 plus 4 into 2. See the multiplication which is outside the bracket now came inside the bracket. The addition which is inside the bracket now became outside the bracket. Okay. This type of writing the properties, writing the number is called distributive property. See here. Thus 4 into 3 plus 4 into 2. Let us see what happens. 4 into 3. What is your answer? 12. Plus 4 into 2. What is your answer? 8. So 12 plus 8 is equal to 20. Let it be equation number 2. From 1 and 2, see what are the answers? Both are same. Though we multiply the 4 with the sum of 3 plus 2, you get 40. Though we are summing the multiplication value, that is, we are summing the product value 4 into 3 and 4 into 2. Sum means add. So 12 plus 8 also gives 20. So we can generalize from 1 and 2, 4 into 3 plus 2 is always equal to 4 into 3 plus 4 into 2. Such type of writing the numbers or variables can be called as distributive property. Okay, see here. How do you call this property? Distributive property of multiplication over addition. You can also say distributive property of whole numbers for the operation multiplication over addition. Okay, see here. A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. Here we have written the numbers. Here we are, instead of number we are using variables. See here, 4 into 3 plus 2. Here A into B plus C. Here what we have written? 4 into 3. Here A into B. And then plus A into C. Okay. This property is called distributive property of multiplication over addition. We understand, children? For whole numbers we are seeing. Okay. Distributive property of multiplication over addition. In the exam paper, what the question? In the question paper, what will the question like this? A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. This is called dash property of dash over dash. So you have to write distributive of multiplication over addition. You have to write like this. Okay. Instead of plus, if you are having minus means, how can you call this? Let us see. Distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. Okay. How can you use this property? See here. A into B minus C is equal to A into B. Instead of plus, here we are having minus. So A into B minus A into C. So we call this property as distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. Do you understand, children? That's all about the properties. So far, what are the properties we have seen? Closure property, commutative property, associative property, identity. Here we have seen identity element and then distributive property. These are the properties we have seen for whole numbers for the operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication and divisions. Okay. Next we are going to see what happens if you multiply any number with 0. See here, 4 into 0. What is your answer? 0. 0 into 13. What is your answer? 0. 0 into 5. So what is your answer? 0. 0 into 0 is also 0. If you multiply any number with the value 0, the answer is always 0. So keep this in your mind. Okay. Next we are going to see what happens if you divide any number by 0. See here, I am dividing the number 7 by 0. So what is the answer? Is not defined. It is not defined. 7 by 0 is always not defined. So you have to write it as not defined. In the fill-ups, they will ask like this: 7 by 0 equal to dash. So what you have to write? Not defined. 54 by 0 equal to dash. So what you have to write? Not defined. So any number, maybe 100,000, 2,000, any number divided by 0 is not defined. Any number multiplied by 0 is also 0. Okay, keep these things in your mind. Okay, write the class of quickly, do the homework. Okay, thank you children.